What's up everyone, STARSKREAM here with my first ever expert PvP video. In these videos, I'm going to be going over what I consider to be some of the best PvP teams. Some are going to be better for higher levels and some are going to be better for lower levels. In the first episode, we're going to go over the SHATTER team. The SHATTER team is really awesome against teams that have a lot of dodge on them, and of course fire teams. Lately, because of runes, a lot of people have been using rogues in their defense, such as Kira and Arya, who are known for having dodge. Shatter teams are an excellent counter for these teams. They're also an excellent counter versus other Shatter teams, and versus, of course, like I said, fire teams. My ideal Shatter team consists of Zen, Ice Bloom, Ego Rock, and Ice Pick. It works like this. Zen will enlighten your Ice Bloom, who will then freeze the opposing team. Ice Bloom's freeze typically doesn't miss, even against high dodge opponents. Now, it's not 100% and she can miss, but it's very rare that she's going to miss even against high dodge opponents. This is why it's the perfect counter versus teams like Kira and Arya, who tend to dodge Ego Rock. Ice Bloom is also great as your first choice because of her high survivability, because of Unbreakable Heart. Let's take a look at how I rune my Shatter team. First, we'll look at Ice Bloom. I rune my Ice Bloom for pure defense, damage reduction, and health. Her main role in this team is to stay alive and just to make sure that she's going to freeze the other team. So because of that, I've got a Greater Bulwark, an Aegis rune, a Dodge rune, another Aegis rune, and a Bulwark rune. Now, you'll notice that these aren't very good runes. These are greaters, but they're only rares, and some of them do have resist and stuff that usually isn't ideal. But realistically, I don't need to put my best runes on her, I feel, because her only job is to just stay alive during that first round and make sure that she freezes everybody, which this typically has no problem doing. Next up, let's look at my Ice Pick. Now, while it might seem like ruining Ice Pick for crit or attack might be the most ideal thing to do, I like to ruin my Ice Pick just for pure defense. I put a couple of attack runes on him, but you'll notice that they're battle runes, so that he has some attack, but at least he still has some health as well. You'll notice my purple and my red runes here both have attack and health. And the other ones are going to be defense and health bulwark runes. His defense is much higher than it normally is with his base of 1400, allowing him to survive a lot longer. Basically, you want him to survive and get crit against so that that can proc his crit. Well, let's look here. His crit ability, which is called Tit for Tat. Any crit on this hero will cause him to crit on his next action, even if elementally disadvantaged. That means that if he gets crit, he can crit even against nature heroes. This makes up for him not being ruined for attack. Basically, he'll just be critting everybody if he's going against teams like Kira and Black Diamond, because they're going to be hitting him really hard. Next, let's look at my Ego Rock. My Ego Rock is going to be my heavy hitter in this situation. Now, we do need to make sure that he survives, but he already has a pretty decent base defense. It's not super high, but his base is almost 2,000. So when I threw on a Bulwark, gave him some defense, and health, that helped him become pretty much tanky enough to survive most fast defenses. Next, I threw some crit on him as well, and the rest I threw attack. Now again, if you're at a lower level, using improved runes will be fine as long as you use these similar runes in this setup. Lastly, we're going to look at my Zen. My Zen I have ruined for pure defense and health. I have tons and tons of health on my Zen and defense as well. This will allow him to survive pretty much any fast hero. You'll notice I have 2 bulwarks, an elusive rune. I have this elusive rune because it comes with health as well. Here in the red, I would recommend putting an elusive rune, because putting an attack rune on him really isn't going to help you very much. In green, I have a life rune. It would be ideal to have a defense on life as well, but it's fine without it just because I got so much health on it. And in blue, I have another bulwark. Again, Zen isn't here to do damage. He's just here to survive, enlighten Ice Bloom, and make sure that if the battle does go on for a little while, you have some type of healing capability here. Now that we've gone over how to set it up and how to rune your team, I'm going to show you some footage. I gathered tons and tons of footage for all different types of teams. A lot of them are going to be pretty similar, but for the most part, it'll give you a good idea of what teams to use it against. I will say, do not use this team against teams that have Emily, Dagon, and Constructs. The reason being is that Emily and Dagon both are immune to being frozen. If you try and use this team against them, you're not going to freeze them, then they might come back and hit you hard unexpectedly. Now, let's look at some gameplay.
I know they're out there, watching me.
Alright guys, I hope this video helped, and as always, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming out with more of these, and very, very soon, probably within the next day or two, I will have the Rune guide coming for you. Stay tuned. Talk to you guys soon.